A mother and daughter are raising awareness about a condition that went misdiagnosed for years.
News for Tucson's Priscilla Casper joins us now live in the studio with more on how they figured out what's going on. Priscilla.
Amanda, Sean, Abigail Wickers went more than a decade without knowing why she was sick, and it wasn't until a flu conversation that led her and her mom in the right direction. Now they want to raise awareness for other families for this condition that can go undiagnosed. Abigail Wickers says from 5 to 17 years old, she didn't know what was going on with her body. She would always get sick, have seizures, and her math and writing skills started to deteriorate.
It was very frustrating. It was so hard to explain what was going on to my teachers and my parents, just why I couldn't do some things like how I used to.
You know something's wrong with your kid, but you don't know what to do, and the doctors don't know what to do.
Her mom, Angela Wickers, says it wasn't until a trip to Rocky Point where she reconnected with a parent whose children were just diagnosed with what is known as panda syndrome. After talking about the symptoms, what Abigail was going through sounded very similar, and the mom put her in contact with the University of Arizona's Steele Children's Research Center. Dr. Michael Dane says the biggest diagnostic of children's post-infectious autoimmune encephalopathy is sudden onset of obsessive-compulsive disorder, and if the child is acting normal and then debilitated within 72 hours.
This is a condition where children get a viral infection, and their immune system responds to that viral infection. But it also inadvertently causes damage to them. It damages part of the brain called the basal ganglia.
He says the treatment includes medication like anti-inflammatories.
The big problem that we face with there not being enough education out there in frontline doctors and nurses that are the ones that are seeing these changes in these kids.
I just want them to know that, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. This is just what's going on with you. You're not alone. There are more people who have to deal with this.
You know, just trust your gut and keep asking questions. Go to doctors. If they're not believing you, go to another doctor. Get a second opinion.
Now, the center is trying to educate school nurses, emergency room doctors, and pediatricians so they are aware of this condition, and they're working to find better ways to diagnose and treat it. Dr. Dane says when this is caught early, most children get better, but if it is caught too late, it could cause long-term issues like OCD and cognitive behavioral problems. As for Abigail, she says she's doing well and she's working with a therapist regularly and has medication in the event of a flare-up. Sean.